Hey everybody, I'm Lance and welcome to my channel and welcome to Christmas in July collaboration. This is a collaboration of 24 incredible and diverse artists coming together, and I want to thank Donna Cipriano of It's Art by Donna M for organizing this and getting everybody together. And I'm showing you some of the ornaments I make because I run a little bit of a business in the fall and winter with Christmas ornaments, and I paint things like boxes like you see there. I'm a figure skating coach too, that's hence the figure skating Santa that you just saw in the opening. And I'm going to show you how to make that ornament a little bit later in this video. It's a little bit of a nod to Camile Amoy and her Dahlia technique, but slightly different. And I do a lot of these kind of ornaments on wood rounds that are fluid art, like that snowman, and there you see my logo. And that scene is a fluid art scene with a snowman, and I do some embellishing and regular painting as well. And those are my flower fairies that you see, those dolls. I think you saw one in the beginning that I painted a face on. And here's another ornament that I did. That's another fluid art landscape, embellished with a little church and some nice trees, and it's got a little bit of shimmer and bling to it. And I love doing these types of ornaments at Christmas time, and so this collaboration is right up my alley. I'm doing a fluid art snow scene on an 11 by 14 inch live edge wood plaque, and I got this from Michael's. And as you see here, I am doing a flip cup and a dirty flip cup, which will make up the foreground, which will be like a hilly kind of snowy landscape. The colors I used were just two paints and Floetrol, and I used like a silver and kind of a purplier tone and a blue and some apple barrel white, and just as you can see, did a dirty flip cup. And I'm gonna tilt this back and forth so I get that kind of hilly, snowy mountain range effect that is kind of coming together. Now I'm going to show you what I initially had planned for the sky. I'm putting down some white paint to be like a base paint for the upper portion where the sky is. And I was going to put down some of my iridescent PrizmPour colors. I used French silk, fire and ice, and morning light. And so it was like a yellow, kind of a purplier reddish tone and a blue tone. And my idea was I was going to put some cell activator down, some titanium white, and then blow this up and make the sky so the sky would have a different feel than the foreground. And I did not love this because I blew it up and I basically blew all the things that were beautiful with these beautiful PrizmPour colors off. So I did a little swiping here and kind of brought some colors back into that sky, but I'll show you something I do differently with the sky later with these beautiful iridescent PrizmPour colors that I love, and you're going to be amazed at what they do and the kind of the effects that they give. Now here I'm putting some of my indigo blue down as the trees, and I'm just running it along the edges of that hilly landscape. And now I'm doing a little swipe with some damp paper towel pieces and kind of creating a little bit of interest. So far we've used flip cup, now we're using a little bit of swiping to help create this landscape. And in just a second, I'm taking my palette knife and running some lines in for kind of what these hill shapes are, and then putting on a little bit more of the color in there. But I'm also going to run my skewer through these to kind of pull up these shapes. So I'm just running little dots of the indigo in there, and now I'm going to pull up these shapes so that we can create forests. We're going to create some trees using this little dowel and make tree branches and kind of even make them look snowy. You'll see it in the next segment that they look a bit snowy. And I think coming up too, I'm going to show you a different treatment I do with the sky. I'm going to do a swipe technique for the sky. And here I'm putting down some more of my white paint, and then I'm putting basically my iridescent colors back down again. I'm putting the French silk, the fire and ice, PrizmPour paints, they're gorgeous, and the morning light. And then I put white cell activator on my damp paper towel, and I'm running that along there. Now what this is doing is these beautiful iridescent colors, you're going to see in a little bit how they shimmer and shine and how they catch the light, but they give almost this depth of like you're looking through glass at another layer of glass or something underneath. And it's kind of like the iridescent colors that were there in the old sky. It's kind of like you're seeing through to them in a way. And it really created a beautiful effect. And I was very happy with this swipe. And there's a little bit of texture going on too with this. And I was actually okay with it because it made, in the end, when you see it later, it made the clouds look billowy and actually like they were more three-dimensional and shaded. So it really turned out quite nice, and I'm pretty pleased with it. Now you can see in the light the shimmer and that iridescent reflection of those colors, the beautiful kind of yellow tone that looks like morning light peeking through clouds, and that magenta and the blue of that morning light color. I mean, they're just beautiful, and you can see that kind of almost icy, like you're looking through ice that's kind of maybe got some frost on top of it. Just beautiful. Now, if you're enjoying this video and finding it entertaining or informative, please give me the thumbs up and like it, and subscribe to my channel when you do. Ring the bell so you'll be alerted when I upload new content, and please leave me a comment because I love hearing from you. Starting to snow. And now I've moved on to the embellishing portion where I'm drawing in. As you see, I've got my horse and sleigh there, my inspiration picture that I'm kind of going by and freehanding my drawing of the horse and of the sleigh and the two people in the sleigh. I just thought it was kind of a nice holiday kind of image, and so that is what I'm trying to do, get my rough sketch in of the horse and the sleigh and get ready for painting. On love for Christmas, this caught me right off guard, but I ain't complaining, it's a wonderful present, a gift that comes in the shape of a heart, and I'm falling just like these snowflakes tumbling down round and around. Okay, as you can see, I've got the horse in there, and I'm using a color called Big Apple, and it's a very beautiful red PrizmPour sparkly metallic color and has beautiful sparkle to it, and I thought that would be a cool color to use on my red sleigh. And I used some brown to kind of highlight and shade, and I think even maybe a little tad of my indigo blue to give it some shading. But I really do love, this is another PrizmPour color that I love, and I just had to add a little bit. And actually in this I did not add, in my earlier swipe and stuff I added maybe a little bit of Jo Sonja varnish to the colors, but in this I didn't have to add anything. I'm just using the color out of the bottle, and it's a gorgeous red color, and I thought it was really appropriate and beautiful for Christmas time and lends itself well. And as you can see there, I did my horse, and I put my initial rough in of the painting of my horse, and I've got a ways to go still in shading him. But I really think that the texture of this piece lent itself to the horse and the kind of sinewy, muscly kind of feel that horses have, and so I was really pleased with that. I thought that was kind of a neat, happy kind of situation that happened from having some texture in the painting already. And as you can see, I love this texture in the sky, and there's more metallics in the sky, and thank goodness there wasn't as much metallic paint at all in my foreground, because it made it much easier to do the drawing. As all of you know who have done any kind of drawing on acrylic paint, not always easy to draw on acrylic paint because of metallics sometimes that are in the paints and how kind of shiny the paint is. It's kind of harder to make your marks visible, but this worked out well, and I'm really kind of just having fun putting my details in of my people. You can see close up here in the sleigh, and kind of nice to be painting something wintry when we're having these really frigid, blistering cold 95-degree days here in High Point, North Carolina. We could use a little Christmas and a little snowy feeling these days because, man, it's been a hot summer, and I know it's been a hot summer in a lot of other places as well. As you can see, I put a church in the scene with some trees kind of surrounding it because I thought that would kind of add to the whole theme and just create kind of a nice holiday image. And I love how this turned out, and I even put some of the Baltic amber in with a gold in the horse, so it made him really reflective. And you can see here I put him in with some of the Christmas decor, and I think that it made for a really beautiful scene. And it's really kind of cool to be able to mix our fluid art skills with just regular painterly skills and embellishing, and I really think it makes a nice holiday image. And I really love taping off that live edge of the wood and then allowing some of that to peek through, because when I go to varnish it or resin it, I want some of that to shine and show the beauty of that wood on the natural edge. Now here I'm showing you the ornament that I showed you earlier in the video when I showed you some of the Christmas ornaments that I do. And this is the one that I did that's kind of a nod to Camile Amoy. And it's sort of like the Dahlia technique, but I'm not real good at the Dahlia technique, truth be told. I'm not so great with the spoon making the leaves for the Dahlia, so some of these I did do that way, but this one in particular I'm showing you I did kind of blowing it out with a straw. Same kind of philosophy in the layers of the rings to make these almost poinsettia-like flowers. I put the Golden's Iridescent Gold Fine with little teeny tiny drops off the end of that dowel, and they grow and they make these dendrites, and they make these beautiful centers for the flowers. Kim of Kim's Creations was up before me, so please check her video out. And all the artists that were participating in the Christmas in July collaboration will be on playlists in my description box, so please check all of them out. And thank you for watching. I really enjoyed this time with you, and I can't wait until we meet again for some more fun pouring together.